Gubernatorial race is taking shape. Governor Katie Hobbs announcing last week that she will be running for re-election, likely unopposed. She actually made that announcement live right here on Good Morning Arizona. Things, though, could get interesting in the Republican primary.
Oh, yeah. Take a look at your screen now. 3 people are in the running to be the GOP candidate. Businesswoman Karrin Taylor Robson and Representative Andy Bakes, who are both endorsed by President Trump, and Arizona Representative David Schweikert, who recently announced that he is joining the race. So we have invited all of the candidates to be on our show, and this morning we are joined by Karrin Taylor Robson. First off, we want to say thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming.
Round 2, what is making you do this again?
You know what? I am running to make Arizona strong again. Katie Hobbs has been a disaster. It was just a few short years ago. Arizona was #1 in the nation in job growth. We're now at 47. Arizona deserves better. She's a career politician, and she doesn't know how to make an economy work. And I will, as a businesswoman. I was endorsed by President Trump, and just like President Trump, I will bring my business experience to the table to make Arizona strong again. She inherited a $2.5 billion surplus, and in just not even 3 years, we now have a $1.5 billion deficit. That is unacceptable. Our public schools are failing. We were just ranked 50th in the nation. That's unacceptable, and our kids deserve better. So that's why I'm running. I love this state. I'm an Arizona native, and I want to make sure I do everything I can to leave it better than I found it.
Things you'd like to change, obviously, if you were to win the governor's spot. Karrin, there's been a lot of talk also about your background in terms of money. Several years ago when you ran, you spent millions of your own money. Some people question, how can you relate to the average person right there? We know the economy is tough. We know so many people are struggling.
Well, thank you for that question. I am proud that I've got thousands, in fact, about 9,000 donors. I've traveled all over this state. This summer, I did 120 events around Arizona, met with people from all walks of life. And I can tell you, Arizonans, they just want opportunities. And there's too many times our government gets in the way of opportunities that allow people to thrive. I'm a product of the American dream. I was able to start working when I was 5 years old, and I've worked my entire life. I will never retire. You know, I want to be able to look at my kids and everyone else's kids and say, I did everything I could to leave it better than I found it. At the end of the day, that's all we have, is what we left behind. And I love this state. I'm going to do everything I can to make it strong again.
Now, let's talk about the Trump endorsement now. Years ago, before when you were running for governor, you were distancing yourself from him, not wanting that. What changed this time around in terms of embracing this endorsement?
Oh, I would have loved to have President Trump's endorsement last time. And if I had President Trump's endorsement last time, I'd be sitting here as your governor running for re-election. So I'm proud to have it. He knows I will have his back on things that are important to Arizonans, like the safety and security of our communities, and like the economy, right? He was a businessman. He brought those skills to the table. Katie Hobbs is a career politician. Career politicians have put us in this position. Again, going from #1 in the nation in job growth to number 47 in 3 years. I don't know how you do that if you tried, but somehow Katie Hobbs has figured out how to do that. As a business person, I will get us out of that hole, and we will get back to the top again.
Well, let me challenge you on that really quickly, because you had called him a fashion don't. What is that change that you are sitting with now, saying that you would have loved to have had his endorsement?
You know, Colton, things are taken out of context all the time. President Trump knows me. There's a reason that he endorsed me this time. He knows Arizona wants a business leader, conservative business leader, that can bring our state back again. Otherwise, he would not have endorsed me, and he did. I have his complete and total endorsement. I'm proud to have it, and now people can look at our records. Again, Katie Hobbs is a career politician. I will bring my business experience to the table, and I'm proud to have his endorsement.
Along with Biggs, he also endorsed him too.
Right, and it allows us to talk about our differences. We agree a lot on philosophical issues, but again, people now have a chance to look at our backgrounds. Do you want somebody who's been in the private sector solving problems, building things, accomplishing things like President Trump? And I can tell you from traveling around this state, people are responding. They hear my background. They know what I have done. They know I have worked my entire life. and I will never give up. I will work tirelessly for everyone in the state of Arizona.
I know you mentioned some 9,000 donors so far. You're expected to go ahead and file your campaign finance report here in any moment. Can you share where you are at fundraising at this point, and also how much money of this is your own that you're putting into the campaign?
Well, we have raised since the beginning of this year nearly $2 million, which is more than any non-incumbent in an off year in the history of Arizona. And I'm very, very proud of that.
Right. Well, Karrin Taylor Robson, thank you so much for joining us here on Good Morning Arizona.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you for having me.
We wish you the best of luck. It's gonna be good this next